and every one of them is not only super nice, but they know what the heck they're doing also.
So Brian, where are we off to next?
Okay, so next I'm going to have you do a couple.
Gym.
And there's the. I'm going to have you do a couple of machines. Now, this is one that obviously you're not going to be able to do at home, but come over with me this way. And I'm going to set the weight of what I want JP to start off at. This is going to be something called a lat pull down. Now, you'll see these machines in just about every gym, but they have a bar up here. There's a bunch of ways you can grab it. I'm going to have him do the traditional way, and I'm going to show you first what he's going to be doing. He's going to grab the weight, he's going to sit down, and he's just going to pull it to below his chin. Now, there's some people that are bodybuilders, and you'll see them go behind their neck, and they'll do some of these. That's fine for them, but for a normal person, that can really strain your muscles in your neck. So when you're starting out, just come down to the front like so, and you're just doing that. Now I'm going to have him do, there's a rotation I would have him do where I would have him at one weight do 20, then raise the weight and do 15, raise it again and do 12, and raise it again and do 10. So he's doing 4 sets, the weight goes up, the number of reps goes down. So between that, I'm going to have him do that, and then I'll have him go over to the chest press machine, and I'm going to have him rotate between these exercises. So he's going to do the lat pull downs, which you just saw me do, and you're going to do 20 of these. We're only going to go through one rotation, but that's why I was explaining to you what he normally would do. And so once he's done with these, then he's going to go over to the chest press machine, and we'll follow him over there. It's already set up at a weight I can see that's good for what he needs to do. And then he'll go over there, do chest presses. Then he'll come back over here and do seated rows. And then he'll start over again. Now, obviously, this is a more advanced exercise than what we were doing with the punches and whatnot.
Do you want me to invert my hands?
I want you to do the chest press first. And I would always have him do a bunch of different exercises, especially on the pull downs. But here's the chest press machine, and you can see he's got the top handles there. And the reason there's all those other handles is just varying your grip can actually work your muscles differently. And so you'll notice something, he's looking forward. That's important because a lot of people tend to look down, and I want people to have really good posture while they're working out. And yeah, and see, we're here on a Sunday morning, and obviously the gym on a Sunday morning isn't very busy. And what the great thing about this gym too is it really never gets busy.
Not super busy.
No, I mean there might be 5 trainers with their clients here, and that's about as busy as it gets at one time. The other great thing is that that when having that where it doesn't get that busy really keeps everybody feeling like it's a family atmosphere. Everybody gets to know each other. The clients all talk to each other, and that also this gym has been here 14 years, so it's not something that's going to go away anytime soon.
Well, and what's also neat is that the trainers all work together on the weight sets, and everybody's real polite about, hey, can I use this? Can I use that? So it's just a really, unlike the bigger gyms where I've experienced, like Bally's Presidents and a couple others that I won't mention, I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt like it was more of a weird aerobic TV show or something, and I was not invited.
Or like a meat market.
Yeah.
So first I'm going to have you do seated rows, and then you're going to invert your hands on the grip above you for the other lat pull downs. So you can see he's just pulling this back to his chest.
Now keep in mind, it didn't used to reach my chest because my belly was right here.
Yeah.
Or right here. But I would pull back as far as I can, but now I've actually got up to my chest, so I can pull all the way back.
And so once he's done with these, he's going to grab the bar that he was on earlier, but he's going to do it in a little bit different grip. And this is when, at the beginning, having somebody that knows what they're doing for exercising, even if you just do it one time, helps you learn how to do some stuff you may or may not have know, or it might be something you haven't done in so long you don't remember some of these. So now it's the same thing he did with the lat pull downs, but you notice he has his hands inverted and he's pulling it down. This works the biceps a little bit more and a different area of the back than what he was working previously. So a pulling exercise, anytime you do a pulling exercise, for the most part, you're going to be working your back and your biceps. If you're doing a pushing exercise, you're going to be working your triceps and your chest. And that's why I had him superset on this, so he had a little bit of a break working his chest. And then after he's done with this, I'm going to have him do a different grip on the chest press machine. And then that'll be his rotation of exercises. And you'll notice that that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises.
And by the time you're done with these 3 different rotations, you're very easily looking at an hour's worth of time, and you've really worked out pretty good. And you feel good afterwards, and you don't feel dead. Because you're not going to pile the weights up to 400 pounds because you want to be tough.
No.
You want to start building your muscle. What I've learned here now, as I've gotten into the shape that I'm getting into finally, is that the endurance of my muscles, if I don't keep this up, I lose endurance on my muscles, and I've lost some endurance. Like I can do the first set, great. Pop that thing up, go, go, go. Set 2 and 3, a lot more difficult.
Yeah. So he's going to now invert his hands on that. See, he's using a different grip. This works your muscles again just a little bit differently. And once he's done with this, then that's his set. Now he did 20 of each this time, but next time he would raise the weight and do 15. Then the next time raise the weight and do 10, and then 12, and then raise the weight and do 10. He couldn't do all that at the beginning, so this is something he had to work to. At the beginning, he was doing what we were working on earlier with the light weights, the shoulder flies, the PVC pipe. Then we worked our way up to doing some of these. So if you can't do these, don't get discouraged. Just keep doing what you can. As long as you're doing something, 3 days a week, as long as you're doing something to move and get the heart rate up, because that's the most important part, is just making sure that you're doing something. As you improve, you'll be able to do more and more and more. Now he can do so much, JP can do so much more than he used to be able to, that we can do 100 exercises if we wanted to. But at the beginning, all we did were a handful of exercises, and that was it.
And really, these are very low impact. Very, very low impact on you, and allows you to start sweating. Again, I'm not even working that hard, and I'm already perspiring. And I'm burning calories by just doing something, moving, being somewhere, doing something. And you can do that. And again, it's very inexpensive. And with a personal trainer like Brian, who's been there before. Brian weighed 487 pounds and had to lose it all. And so he knows what exercises work together to live through it. And that's why I like Brian so much, because he's been there and understands me. And that's why I recommend him for you. I mean, he does such a great job with me. He can figure you out and help you out as well.
And one really cool thing is, now while most people come to me, it is for strictly weight loss, but I have a background in sports medicine, and I've worked with athletes in the past in college, and therefore I also do train a couple of athletes. I've trained a firefighter for his physical test. I've trained a couple of people for the military. So I do have the background to do other things, but I'll tell you what, the most rewarding thing has been helping people just get control of their lives and feel like that they have a new lease on life again, where they can really be happy.
So are we going to throw the ball now?
You want to do that? Let me go grab Austin real quick.
Let me grab Austin real quick. So what we've been able to show you, if you keep in mind, we had the PVC pipe that we used to loosen up. You could use a broom handle, anything, just to kind of rotate back, do it 20 times. And again, there's the PVC pipe there. I sat down and did it. The weighted punches and then the knee lifts, right, or the knee kicks, right? Then that's one set. Then he went over to the bench and we sat down and we did knee lifts, bicycle knee lifts. And so we did a great job on that deal as well. So we did a 3-set on that with the leg kicks as well, and with the shoulder exercises. Then we went to the machine and we did 5 exercises there. You've just done 5, 8, 11 sets of exercises, which is way cool, way cool. Now Austin's going to help us out. Austin is a person here that works at the gym and always very supportive. Love Austin to death. Say hi to Austin. So Austin's going to hold the machine for us here so that we can show you what I used to do to help stretch out. And I'll tell you, what's funny is that you don't think about it, but when we would do this, it would actually almost hurt because the ball felt so heavy when I would bring it over my head because of that easy workout you just saw me do. Whereas now, I mean, I doubt I'll even feel it. But before, I'd tell Brian, oh my God, this ball weighs 1,000 pounds.
And this is something you obviously need someone working with you to pull off. I'm going to bounce the ball to him first. We're going to do that 10 times, then do chest passes 10 times. So show him the range of motion that you
I would bring it all the way back like this and then bounce it back to Brian. To help with that shoulder, Brian would call this stretching. And tell me what you used to tell me about stretching, why stretching was so important.
Stretching is really important because, first of all, it helps you recover faster. If you can stretch your muscles out after a workout, it increases blood flow, and at the same time, also blood flow will help get rid of the lactic acid faster. The lactic acid's buildup is what you get soreness from. Basically, think anything acid burns. Well, your muscles are tearing and repairing the workout. That's just naturally what they do. So when you have to at the end you have to stretch, because then when you stretch, you sorry, I can't multitask, so I'm gonna stop this for a second. But when you stretch, it helps with blood flow. Blood flow gets rid of the lactic acid faster. It's literally muscle waste. So when you can do that, and then also stretching itself is an exercise. You can feel you're burning calories as you stretch too. But you can stretch more than just at the gym. I sometimes stretch 3 times a day. I used to do more when I had my desk job. I'd literally stretch at my desk, and that's something, if you have a desk job, you should do. You should stand up and just literally, if you need to hold on to something like your desk, you know, and just kind of bend over as much as you can, stretching your hamstrings like that. You can also do stuff like if you're up against a wall, if you have a wall or something you can hold on to, you can stretch your chest like this just by putting your hand against something and do that. I mean, there's all these little things that you can do for stretching, and the more stretching, the better. I had a physical therapist tell me one time, if I could hold my stretches for a full minute, each one of them, and I do about 20 stretches, that would be optimal. And sure enough, when I have the time, I do that, and then I feel phenomenal. Now, I'm going to chest pass this to JP this time. And the difference on this is it takes a little bit more energy to do this than it did the overhead. And so he would get extremely tired because his muscles were already worked out for this.
Now what I would do though is that when I push the ball, I'm not just throwing it back to him, I'm making sure that I push my arms all the way out, because it felt good to feel like I was stretching my shoulders. And then I would take my arms and I would open them like a fly almost to stretch out as well, and I'll show you. So I throw my arms all the way out, bring my arms back.
Sorry.
Didn't catch the ball before it hits me in the face. So I stretch those arms, bring them back like that, and then come back and ready to receive the ball. And that felt good.
And one more.
One more.
So there you go. And that's it. That's all we can do with this.
Well, and the other side of it is that there would be times when Brian would be in group and he wouldn't have time to do the ball with me necessarily, so I would go do it against the wall. Or I'd bounce it over my head onto the ground and pick back up, and just so I could stretch out those muscles. So this is our very easy workout for a very basic beginner, somebody who is 500 pounds, whose joints are killing them, they just can't exercise. You can, and you can do it this way, and it's super easy. Brian, anything you want to finish up with?
Well, no matter whether it's with me or with just on your own at home, like I said, using cans as weight instead of weights, just do something. Just do something to move, and if you can find a partner or somebody that can work with you on that to keep you. I always say the best thing that I offer isn't the knowledge of exercises. It's the accountability. It's the accountability of, I'm expecting JP to be here, so he better be here. And the same thing with all my other clients. They say, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fact that I knew you would be here already waiting for me. So it's, but once they get here and once you do that, I've never had anybody at the end say, man, I wish I didn't go. I wish I hadn't gone. Man, that never happens. They always feel better afterwards. It's just a matter of getting your rear end in there and doing it. So JP, thank you for the work, for the video.
Well, so folks, I'll tell you what, that's our Sunday conversation for this Sunday. We gave you 3 very good meals that you could have for breakfast, lunch, and then an amazing dinner of chili with spaghetti, which it's the zero pasta spaghetti, and the whole 3 meals at 900 calories. 900 calories, and you had sour cream, and you had cheese, and you had all those wonderful things to eat. And then we gave you a really basic, easy 30-minute to 1-hour workout. Next week, we'll have 3 more meals again for you, and we'll kick up the exercise just a tad and show you what intermediate looks like. But if you noticed, there was no treadmill, there was no Stairmaster, none of that stuff, and yet I promise you, you'll be sweating and feeling great at the end. Well, you have a great Sunday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year.